Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my November and December empties, so let's talk some trash, shall we? Now this one's gonna be longer than my usual empties because y'all, I have a lot that I used up over the course of the last 2 months, so much so that I can't even fit it all in this container. So what I'm gonna do is I will divide this up into categories and I'm just gonna go through them. Some of these are items from my project pan. Some of them were things that I wanted to use up before 2024. I'm gonna do a full wrap up on that in a few days, but I will be mentioning those items in this video. And then others are just like random things that I managed to finish up. So let me sort these out and then I'll chat about them. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just start off with like random things that I finished up that don't really go in other categories. So the first thing I actually just replaced was this spoolie brush. The top of this keeps coming off when I try to wash it and also sometimes when I use it. This is from e.l.f. I just replaced it with the same exact thing because I do really like this one, but this one just needed to go because it kept coming apart, so I replaced it. Then I finished this It Brushes for Ulta Brush Bath. This is just a solid makeup brush cleanser, so I did finish this all the way up. I quite liked this one, but I felt like it's maybe a little bit more pricey than some of the other ones you can find, so I am going to be trying something else in the future. I also used up this nail polish remover. This is just 100% acetone. I got it from Target. I haven't purchased a new one yet because I do still have the one where you can like dip your finger in, and that's kind of what I prefer. So this hasn't been replaced yet, but I could easily see myself purchasing this again in the future. I also went through a toothpaste. This is the Crest 3D White Brilliance Blast toothpaste, and it was fine. It's not anything to write home about. I actually am using like a totally different type of toothpaste right now, so it is what it is. It's fine. I wouldn't necessarily say go out of your way to get it though. I also had this little mini sanitizing spray. It's just a hand sanitizer. I liked this one because it is a spray bottle. I kind of think that those are a little bit less messy. So I did like this. I got this from Target in like their travel section. So I could see myself purchasing another one of these, although I do have plenty of small hand sanitizers to get through first. And then I have this Grande Brow Enhancing Serum. I go through one of these like every 3 to 6 months, I think is how long it lasts. So it has just a little brush tip and I put it on my brows every night. This is the only product that I've found that really helps with like regrowth and filling them out. So I will continue to repurchase this even though it is very expensive. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about supplements, vitamins, that kind of thing. I went through a bottle or a container, I guess, of this Ollie Women's Multivitamin. They were vitamin gummies. I quite liked them. You took 2 every day and it was a nice taste and it was a very large container and it is empty. And I could see myself purchasing this again in the future, although I am trying something else right now. Then, because this is 2 months worth of empties, I do have 2 of my Up and Up allergy reliefs. These are the Zyrtec off-brand from Target. They're a lot less expensive, about $10 less expensive. I always do the 40 count. I like the liquid gels, so that's what these are. They're done. They didn't have the Up and Up ones the last time I needed to repurchase them though, so I am using just the brand name Zyrtec. It's the only allergy medicine that works for me. Then again, because it's 2 months worth of empties, I do have 2 of these EU Natural Urinary Harmony. They are just capsules that look like this. I've talked about these in previous empties, so I don't really have anything else to say. I will continue to repurchase. And the last thing I have here is this Flow Ovarian Support. And again, it's 2 months worth, so I have 2 containers here. You take 3 per day. I'm not really sure that they're doing a whole ton right now, but I'm going to give it another go and continue to take them for a few more months because they are something that you sometimes need to take for a longer amount of time to see any benefits from. The next category is hair care. I actually have 3 hair care items, which is a lot for me. The first one is this LUS Love Your Curls All-in-One Styler. It looks like this. It has a pump. These come in different formulas. This is the wavy version because I do have wavy hair, and I quite like this. I've purchased another one. I think by far this is my favorite styler that I've ever used, and I will continue to repurchase this. Then I have two leave-in conditioners. One is a spray. This is from OUAI. This is the OUAI leave-in conditioner. It looks like this. I did not like the smell of this. That might mean that I'm like the black sheep here because a lot of people talk about how much they like OUAI products. This scent just was not my favorite, and it stuck around for a very long time. I also personally just don't have any room in my collection for spray leave-in conditioners, so I will not be repurchasing any sort of this product, but I definitely wouldn't purchase this one. It's a little bit expensive, and I just didn't like the smell. And then the other leave-in conditioner was this AG Hair Care Fast Food. It looks like this. I did cut it open. Everything is out. I liked this one better because I could combine it more easily with my curl cream, but I don't really think I need a product like this in my collection or in my daily routine, so I will not be repurchasing this, even though if you are looking for a nice leave-in conditioner, this was a good one. Next, let's talk about body care. I finished up a hand cream. This is the Layla Hand and Body Cream. It looks like this. I actually purchased this in Disney World in 2017 in the Norway Pavilion at Epcot. I love the scent of this. And once I finish up a couple other hand creams and things that I'm trying to use up, I'm definitely going to purchase another one of these. It has a scent memory of Disney World for me, and I just love this product. It really moisturizes my hands, leaves them feeling really, really nice. So I will be repurchasing this once I've used up a couple other things. This is a little bit more on the pricey side, but for me, it is worth it. Then I finished up all the remaining Flamingo razor refills that I had. I have two of them right here. So these you can purchase at Target. I have gone through several of these. These is the 8-pack, and I will continue to repurchase. Next, I did finish this Old Spice Oasis Antiperspirant. It looks like this. This is my absolute favorite deodorant of all time. It has a really nice vanilla-y scent, and it works. So I will continue to repurchase this. I hope Old Spice never discontinues this. This was kind of like the replacement for their Amber antiperspirant that they did discontinue. So hopefully they will continue to make this one because I love it. Then I have these Kopari KP Body Bumps Be Gone Clarifying Body Pads. They look like this. It was individual pads soaked in like an AHA type solution. So as you can see, I did finish all of them up. I will not be repurchasing this because I do not like the single-use pads. So this one was fine. It wasn't anything spectacular. I don't think you need to go out and buy it. There are other things you can use. And I actually found a body lotion that has the same ingredients in it, which is going to be a lot less wasteful in my opinion. So this will not be repurchased. And the last body care item that I have is a body wash. This is the Olay Age Defying Vitamin E B3 Complex Body Wash. It looks like this. I did get the large bottle of it. I like the Olay body washes. I've used a bunch of different kinds. I can't really pick a favorite from them. They're all great. So this is just the one that I had grabbed, and it did last a very long time. I also actually have quite a few makeup empties, so that's what I'm going to talk about next. First of all, I have this blush from Tarte. This is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Quirky. This was in my project pan, and I did finish it up, so I will be decluttering this. I quite liked this shade, but I have some other peach blushes in my collection, so there's no reason for me to rush out and buy another one. Then I finished this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish Setting Spray. It looks like this. It is just exactly what it says. It is a setting spray. I didn't like this. I didn't feel like it kept me matte at all, and towards the end, it got really hard to squirt out. There's still actually, you can probably hear it, the slightest bit of product left in here, but I can't get it out because it just sprays into like bursts and it makes a big mess. So this is done. I will not repurchase. Then I have a mascara. This is the Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Mascara. This just got old and dried out, so I did have to replace it. This was fine. I don't know that I would repurchase it again. It wasn't anything fantastic. I felt like it was a little too clumpy for my personal taste. Then I have a concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Rose. I was using this in combination with another e.l.f. concealer for my under eye concealer, and then I had a little bit of this left, so I just used it as like a highlighting concealer. So it looks like this. It is all the way finished. I will not be repurchasing. It wasn't anything fantastic, and I felt like it left me a little oily if I tried to use it on my face. Next, I have a brow gel. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is very scratched up. You can see this label is coming off the front. I used this up towards the middle of December. It just has the very small spoolie. I quite liked this. I felt like the brush meant that you didn't get a ton of product like glopped onto it. The one I have right now is very gloopy, so I preferred this one. I could see myself purchasing it again, but I also want to try some different brow gels that are less expensive. And the final makeup item is an eyeliner. This is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Waterproof Ultra Fine Liquid Eyeliner. I didn't actually use all this up, but this was sitting in my makeup bag and the lid came off because the lid does not stay on this. So you can see it like pops right back off. You really have to jam it on there, and it came off. So it got completely dried out. I had to replace it and it just popped off again. I would not recommend this unless they fix this packaging because it's just really, really terrible. And I think I used it a total of 4 or 5 times before it dried out. So save your money, don't buy this one. The lid does not stay on. And then I have like a crowning jewel of empties because I did finish my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette throughout my Pan That Palette project. I will link you to the final update for that. There are 3 shades that I did not use, so we'll go ahead and just address that. They are right here, but I'm calling this palette finished. I'm going to declutter it. It served its purpose. This was the oldest palette in my collection, and I'm really happy that I was able to give it some very dedicated love and finish it almost entirely in 2023. All right, the last category of items, I told you this was a long one, is skincare, and I do have this CeraVe Hydrating Foaming Oil Cleanser. It looks like this. I was using it as my nighttime cleanser, and I quite enjoyed it enough that I purchased another one in a larger size. This is decently hydrating, although I have been dealing with some very dry skin the last couple of weeks, which is very odd for me. I am normally not dry at all, but this is normally a very good cleanser for me. I do use this as a second cleanse at night, and I really, really enjoy it. Next item is this Crave Beauty Kale Lalu Yaha. It's their AHA toner. I did finish this up. I will not be repurchasing this because I have ultimately decided that for my face, BHAs are better than AHAs. So this was something that I was really trying to get used up before the end of the year. I did manage to do it, hooray, and I most likely will not be repurchasing any kind of AHA toner in the future. The next item is this Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide Cream. This is hands down my favorite moisturizer of all time. I have repurchased this. It is pricey, but I have not been able to find any moisturizer that is at all comparable to this. So I'm willing to continue to pay the money until I can perhaps find something that works the same for a lesser price. But because I've been unable to do that so far, this will continue to be purchased, and I do have a new one in my cabinet. Next, I have another item from my Project Pan. This is the Bite Agave Intensive Lip Mask. It came in a tube like this. You could see I was tracking my progress on it in my Project Pan. I will link the finale to that, by the way, up in the cards if you want to go back and watch. I would not repurchase this even if it were still available. Bite has obviously gone out of business. This texture was something that I didn't really like. It was quite thick, and while it did leave my lips nicely moisturized in the morning because I would use it at night, I just felt like overall the thickness of it was not my favorite, so it's not something I would have repurchased even if I could. I have a couple COSRX Acne Pimple Master Patch packages as I usually do in my empties. I've already talked about these. I like that they come in 3 different sizes and they stick nicely to my skin and they do what they're supposed to. So I will continue to repurchase and already do have another set in my cabinet. Then I used up a couple of little mini samples. So I had this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask, which looks like this. And I had this Sephora Mud Mask Purifying and Mattifying, which is the Sephora brand. So I used both of these up. I have used like a full size of this before. This did not have very much product in it. So if you're wanting to get like an idea of if it works for you, this was not enough product. Thankfully, I already knew that it was something that I could use, and I wasn't trying it out in hopes that I would want to purchase it. I was just trying to use this up, but this had very little product in it. This one, on the other hand, had quite a lot of product in it, so I was able to do a full face. They're both fine. I won't be purchasing full sizes of them. And the last item that I have is a bunch of different sheet masks. These were, again, part of my Project Pan. So I did have this Harry Potter pack that came from a friend in the UK. She sent me it like in 2018, something like that. And it was just Harry Potter inspired masks from Boots. I didn't love these. They were very, very small, didn't really fit on my face, and I didn't feel like they were anything overly special. Then I have one that I didn't actually get to use because it dried out. That is the Pacifica Pollution Fight. I have used these in the past though and really, really like them. If you have troublesome skin, check these out because I feel like they do nice things, at least for me. And then I have two masks from Dermal. I have the Gold Collagen Essence and the Aloe Collagen Essence. They were fine. I can't remember where I got these online. They were like $2 per mask, not terrible in price, but also not the cheapest that you can find. I don't think they were anything spectacular, so I would not repurchase. Okay, and that's it, y'all. That is my empties for November and December of 2023. There were a lot of them. Thanks for hanging in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. As a heads up, I will be doing monthly empties throughout 2024 because I am using my empties in conjunction with another beauty project that I will talk more about later in the month, so stay tuned for that. So this is my final bi-monthly empties video, at least for this year, and I will see you again in February with more empties. So with that said, see you in my next video. Bye everyone.